Hi, it's Jorge from Ozo Fast Review. Today I'll be doing just my theories on the 100 season 6. Just kind of wrapping up, season 5. Watched a couple of the episodes over again, and just kind of want to give my theories on it. But before I start, just want to say a huge, huge thank you um, to all my followers and also all the people who watched my last video. It ended up getting over 4,000 views, which is mind-boggling for my channel because it's so tiny. But just want to say seriously thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Really love the 100 show, and I'm so glad that I'm able to share some of my thoughts and all that with you guys. Okay, so we can just start on right now. Let's go back to the 100. First thing that for me comes to mind is what's gonna happen with Maddie. I remember throughout the season she was talking about how the commanders talk to her in her dreams. Well, she's going to be dreaming for about 125 years. So I kind of wonder what will become of her. I think her character is going to be a huge focus this coming season. So that should be really interesting. I wonder if she's going to be more like Kitty Maddie, how she was somewhat throughout the season, or if she's going to act basically more like one of the commanders. And then if she does, it'll be interesting to see which commander she ends up acting like. I'm guessing just because of the way the show is, it'll be a lot of Lexa coming out of her. And then it'll just become really weird seeing her and Clarke kind of intertwine with that. Moving on with that, definitely want to see how the whole Clarke and Bellamy situation plays out, how everyone will take that, and how Maddie will take that, now that technically with the one crew, she's kind of their head, she's in charge. So definitely want to see what will happen with that. Um, and kind of understanding a little bit more, and hopefully we get to see more video of why Monty kind of picked both Clarke and Bellamy to do this. And like I said, I'm pretty sure there'll be a couple episodes of a fun little storyline, at least for us, watching Clarke and Bellamy versus Maddie. The one thing that I think will be very interesting is in the last episode how Maddie actually listened to Bellamy when they, kind of overtook the prisoners. Maddie basically said to kill them all, but Bellamy kind of talked some sense into her. So it'll be interesting to see kind of that whole what Clarke will say to Maddie versus what Bellamy will say to Maddie, and then at the end of the day, what Maddie does. I also wonder what's gonna happen with Octavia and Dioza. Um, I thought their kind of interaction, although it was very minimal at the very end when they were in the ship, definitely just a very fun. I can see them becoming buddies and kind of becoming, like the new Murphy of season 1, kind of, like just a very rebellious and crazy little duo. Speaking of Murphy, definitely hope that they push for a little bit more of him and Amori. I hope we get to see that, kind of like their relationship grow a little bit more. I hope we get to see more about them. Definitely, they've definitely been awesome. As you saw in my previous video, Murphy is definitely one of my favorites in this thing. And then talking about couples, one thing that kind of struck me in the season finale was we didn't get to see Bellamy, kind of like say goodbye or goodnight to Echo, which I thought was very weird. You kind of see Bellamy saying goodbye to Octavia. You see Clarke saying goodnight to Maddie, but definitely want to see what happens there. I do think it's going to be interesting because the show's going to do it is just kind of see how their like Bellamy and Echo's relationship will grow, and then basically see how Clarke will try to ruin it, either intentionally or unintentionally. But I definitely think that will be a fun one. Another couple, Raven and Shaw. Definitely really enjoyed them, especially in the last episode. I can see them kind of becoming like the Raven and Finn, 2.0 from the earlier seasons. Um, Another couple that I also want to see is Kane and Dioza. Don't know how much we'll see of Kane next season, but I would just love to see them, flourish and see Abby hate every minute of it. still not a fan of Abby, and honestly could care less if she lives or dies this next coming season. She really did just kind of, I guess they made her into a bigger villain than I expected that they would. And I guess someone has to be a villain, but whatever. I'm not a fan of her at all. Um, Moving on, I hope also that we get to see a little bit more of Monty and Harper. Hopefully they did some like video diaries or something, because I'll be honest, not out of all the people to die at the in the finale, those were, I would say, like Harper, obviously she didn't have a big role in this, but Monty, I was very shocked with that. So then moving on, with this new planet with the two suns moving around it or orbiting around it, definitely, there's rumors that there are going to be alien species there, but hopefully, it's not, and hopefully it's just, the Eligius 3 crew is down there. They started, kind of replicating and started their own society. I do wonder though, because it was never mentioned with the Eligius crew, if it was a prisoner, kind of like manned mission, or if it was just, like a normal manned mission. I know in the previous seasons they were talking about all the Eligius ships, and correct me if I messed this one up, guys, but to my knowledge, I thought Eligius 1 was an unmanned mission. Eligius 2 was a manned mission, but I believe failed because it didn't have enough manpower. Eligius 3 obviously is the one that was looking for another planet because I guess they tapped out of all the oil and Earth. And then Eligius 4 is the one that had the prisoners in it this year. So through, I guess, the little bit of reading that I've done and research, I haven't seen anything on Eligius 3 if it was just a normal, like I said, normal man, or if it was prisoner. So I think that will add a huge spin to this whole thing. I do wonder how they're going to make the world look, because I think that's going to be a very interesting part of this season. I almost think that's going to be a new character in season 6, is just all the exploration and everything like that. Another thing that's interesting is with Eligius 3, obviously they had to use Nightblood on the people that were in it. And realistically, I think the only Nightbloods that are in, the ship that's flying over there is Clarke and Maddie. I know Clarke injected herself with it, but I believe Maddie is a true Nightblood. So it'll be interesting to see if they'll be the only ones who will be able to explore, or what will happen with that. Either way, super stoked. I know on the 15th, season 5 comes out on Netflix. So, definitely we'll be able to binge through that and hopefully pick up a few more things throughout it. I believe they were saying that season 6 will be filming, I think it's in Canada, from August 15th, which I found, humorous that when they start filming the new season, the Netflix one goes up. But I think it's filming from August 15th all the way to February. So just with that being done that way, I'm guessing that season 6 won't be released until, I'm going to go with like April time frame, and kind of roll it into the summer as they did with this one. Hopefully it has more than, like 12, 13 episodes. I think it was season 2 that had 16 episodes, or something like that. So I definitely hope it's a little bit longer. I will say though, ranking this, obviously season 1 is always my favorite, just about from any show. But this season, I would say, is definitely, up there. I would say this had the best finale out of all the seasons. So, like I said, overall, definitely enjoying this. Looking forward to seeing what's going to come. Definitely leave comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, subscribe. Hit that, like button if you like what I'm doing. I don't know kind of how I'm going to take this with other shows and other reviews moving forward. Obviously, I know I'm going to be reviewing the Black Lightning when that comes out on the CW, just because I loved season 1 of that. But stay tuned for the channel. I'll be bringing a few more exciting things, maybe deviating a little bit, and doing different reviews. But there'll be more to come. But other than that, once again, it's Jorge from Most Fast Reviews. Thank you guys so much for sticking around, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.